Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How about sit now?
Don't be talking the old ways. Only make the trouble.
You Mandinka?
Mine are the Akan people. The white folks, they give me the name of Pompey. But my real name is Potang Bodiako.
Calls me Toby. My name Kunta Kinte.
I heard of a village named Janae Kinte once.
But that the name of my father's brother. That's his own village.
Never forget those things, Kunta Kinte. We got to remember the old ways and pass them on to the children. I feel sorry for these blacks that's born here. They don't know who they is. They's from Africa, and yet they ain't. They's from the white folks' land, and they ain't. It seems to me like there's a whole tribe of strange new people that is lost.
They got no remembering of the old ways to help them, to tell them who they are.
Most ways I want to be helped. Back to my own land.
You're talking escape? But they catches niggas and sends them back.
Not if you smart. Not if you got a plan that will get you north to the people they call the abolition. They hides niggas. And then they makes them free. And when the time come, I'm heading north.
But you will go alone?
Listen, you wants to come with me?
You never wanted nothing more in my life, Boding Bodiako. Nothing.
You listen for the signal. When you hear that, you follow the sound of the drum. Come as quick as you can.
When I hear the drum, I will come quick as I can.
Relax.
One time for the queens, two times for the G's, they breathe. Natural hair, revolution, self-esteem, what they need. No more perms, artificial creams, crackle weaves. Image to be seen, now more down a ratchet free. Afro like the 70s, Foxy Mama represent. Black woman got a hit on the head by the president. They know she's so divine, now they even call her terrorist. Just keep on breeding soldiers, cause they trying to slow your pregnancy. Give her back his Bible, cause Adam and Eve ain't real. Black women existed thousands of years before we the bill. Forget everything they taught you, we the ones inventing prayers. Mother of all civilization, envision that. Victims to the prison system, probation or parole. Trapped us in this hell, where they lawfully make the borders close. After learning love each other, saved by sons and daughters. So the story go, sitting by the Nile while the water flows. Now Valley knowledge, went to Now Valley College. How you righteous with no one brown as your prophet? They demonize Colonize our culture, say we bound down to objects. They told us we was evil and enslaved us in the process. But they stole our manuscripts, burned as much as they liked. Told us they had prophets, but can't even find one gravesite. When I read the Bible, I can't even turn one page twice. I just used to show and prove what crackers lies taste like. There was never flood unless it happened in the Nile. Better man put all animals on a boat. That did not happen, babe. I know it hurt, and I see you trying to make God happy, but you need to understand they religions all man. It's time to dump these long ashes. Jesus worse than smoking dope. Talking about let go and let God, then what you hustling for? God worked through all of us that come from the great mother. So the story go, sitting by the Nile while the water flow. Crackers ain't from the gene pool of the priesthood, so don't let them trick you like it's blessings when they eat good. They eat, do the rape, murder and everything the beast too. You shouldn't be saying Jehovah, you should be calling no priest. You should be calling your priest up, having sessions with evil. Should do almost everything the cracker said was evil. Dig down in the earth, pull some roots and bury Jesus, and use it on your enemy, conjuring up the evils. Your ancestors ain't dead, they waiting patient to ride. They DNA is in you, just waiting to be tapped inside. And all the devil's advocates, they will be cast aside. True divinity in me, vengeance is maximized. They stole voodoo ceremony, renamed it their Holy Ghost. Church want your money, that's why they always got overdose. We invented everything from math to horoscope. Story go, sitting by the Nile while the water.
Uncle Job Snap, who up on Black Power family? What's going on? What's going down from my town to your town? You already know this is your brother in Google. Now you see R-A-N-M. You were tuned in once again to R-A-N-M RBG TV. Yes, family, by now you should know that we keep it G. You understand? Just some raw and uncut common sense shit for the common people. Dealing with those common issues, trying to seek those common solutions. Say it with me one time, family. Say it nice and loud and proud, man. How we gonna do this? With black love. You know why? Because black love is the cure for the black nation. Damn it, so let's get it. Today's episode, I believe, is going to be rather nice. But before we do that, I want to take care of some things real quick. First and foremost, shout out to the homie Wax, man. Free A-Wax, you already know. Free the homie. He in a little situation right now, locked down behind the G-wall, but nonetheless, we still sending that energy towards you, brother. Be real, man. Keep a G in there, you understand? And while you in there, feed them puffs that's in there, you understand? That's black power. Also, before I get into today's bill, right, which is, I think I'm going to call this, Why do we say black power? Yeah, I think I'm going to call it that. Why we say black power. Right? Before I do that, I want y'all to hear something real quick. Just listen to the song. Let it touch you real quick. Pause. It's by one of my favorite artists, my favorite roots artist. He goes by the name of John Mason. Just sit back, listen to the tune. Vibe with me, I vibe with you. Walk with me, I walk with you. You know how we do. All in together now, you dig? But also, just remember, man, black love is always a cure for the black nation, so let's get it. You are still tuning in to R&M RBG TV, man. Just listen up.
I think that's on your one.
Hold up.
Alright, don't tell
me no slackness.
Just listen. I'll be right back.
Better you tell me about my blackness. You can't stop this. Ha. You think it's a piece of crap, this? Check it. Alright, me go tell them say me black, them say me too black for them. Me go tell them say me hot, them say me too hot for them. Me still a go sing the song up on them track for them. I use the blackness to set a trend. Alright, me tell them say me black, them say me too black for them. Me go tell them how me hot, them say me too hot for them. Me still a go sing the song up on them track for them. I work with the blackness and set a trend. Alright, Kushites, you know see them so me black. I'll keep bull and me no West Indian. No me no Arawak. See them place them take me from them, better bring me right back. Well unfold no only some said them a bit black. Me love me blackness, me keep it intact. I'm blessing, purging them, no say me hot. Alright, yo, me keep it like that. Hey, as a matter of fact, tell them, me go tell them say me black, them say me too black for them. Me go tell them say me hot, them say me too hot for them. Me still a go sing the song up on them track for them. Cause righteousness a set a trend. Alright, me go tell them say me black, them say me too black for them. Me go tell them say me hot, them say me too hot for them. Me still a go sing the song up on them track for them. Cause blackness me use to set the trend. Alright, too black for them and them a wonder when me a refer. Blackness and me legacy, it cannot be measured. The color stand out no matter the time, no matter the weather. Nah, I true no pride. Me nah hide me color. Yo, nah go sell out for no dime or no dollar. Well, black is the highest, don't deny it. Are you a fella? Yo, black life, black spice, yell me black mama. Yo, Rastafari now. Alright, look at all them from me black, them say me too black for them. Look at all them from me hot, them say me too hot for them. Mr. Laga bite that tune up on them truck for them. Cause blackness is a better trend. Alright, look at all them from me black, them say me too black for them. Look at all them how me hot, them say me too hot for them. Mr. Laga sing that song up on them truck for them. I use the blackness to set a trend. Alright, Kushites, they no see them so me black. I'll keep bull and me no West Indian. No, me no Arawak. See them place them take me from them, better bring me go back. You know what unfold, no only Joe said them a bit black. Yo, love me blackness, keep it intact. Yo, blazing up, purging the place and never utter. Alright, yo, me keep it like that, like on word bone. Yo, we hear the sound. Because tell them say me black, them say me too black for them. Because tell them how me up, them say me too hot for them. Me still a go fight that tune up and them truck for them. I use the blackness to set a trend. Okay, me go tell them how me black, them say me too black for them. Me tell them say me hot, them say me too hot for them. Me still a go sing that tune up and them truck for them. I use the blackness to set a trend. Alright, too black for them and them I wonder when me a refer. Blackness is a me legacy, it cannot be measured. The color stand out no matter the time, no matter the weather. Nah, I true no pride, no me nah hide me color. And I go sell it for no dime or no dollar. Black of the highest, don't deny it. You a father, black life, black spice. Me go heal me black mama. Yo, Rastafari, no. Anyway, me go tell them say me hot, them say me too hot for them. Me go tell them how me black, them say me too black for them. Me still a go sing that song up on them truck for them. The blackness we use to set the trend. Alright.
Alright. Hopefully y'all understood the message behind the song. So like I said, we're going to call today's build Why We Say Black Power. Again, Why We Say Black Power. Again, you only going to hear something like this on R&M RBG TV because I know we keeps it G. You know dig? I hold up some literature right quick. This is what I'm going to read for y'all real quick. It's 2 pages. There's only 2 pages. About 2 pages I want to read to y'all real quick. And this basically sums up everything all in a quick little nutshell. So if y'all don't have this right here, man, this weapon right here, I suggest you go get it ASAP. So now we're going to take it over to chapter 2. We're going to take it to chapter 2, and it's entitled Black Power, Its Need and Substance. I repeat, chapter 2, Black Power, Its Need and Its Substance. This is found on page 34. Alright? I'm going to jump down to the second paragraph, page 34, alright? To do this, we must first redefine ourselves. Our basic need is to reclaim our history and our identity from what must be called cultural terrorism and the depredation of self-justifying white guilt. We shall have to struggle for the right to create our own terms, through which is to define ourselves and our relationship to society, and to have these terms recognized. This is the first necessity of a free people, and the first right that any oppressor must suspend. In Politics Among Nations, Hans Morgenthau defined political power as, quote, the psychological control over the minds of men, end quote, page 29. This control includes the attempt by the oppressor to have his definitions, his historical descriptions, his descriptions that are supposed to be accepted by the oppressed. Right? Hold on. This was true in Africa no less than in the United States. To black Africans, the word Uhuru, quote unquote, means freedom, quote unquote. But they had to fight white colonizers for the right to use that term. The recorded history of this country's dealings with the red and black men offer other examples. In the wars between the white settlers and the quote unquote Indians, a battle won by the cavalry was described as a quote unquote victory. The Indians, quote unquote, triumphs was described as were massacres, quote unquote. The American colonists were not aware of the need to define their acts in their own terms. They labeled their fight against England a quote unquote revolution. The English attempted to demean it by calling it a quote unquote insubordination or riotous. The historical period following Reconstruction in the South after the Civil War has been called by many historians the period of redemption, implying that the bigoted Southern slave societies were quote unquote redeemed from the hands of quote unquote reckless and irresponsible quote unquote black rulers. Professor John Hope Franklin's Reconstruction, or W.E.B. Du Bois' Black Reconstruction, should be sufficient to dispel inaccurate historical notions. But the larger society persists in its own self-serving accounts. Thus, black people come to be depicted as quote unquote lazy, apathetic, dumb, shiftless, good timers, end quote. Just as red men had to be recorded as quote unquote savages to justify the white man's theft of their land, so black men had to be vilified in order to justify their continued oppression. Those who have the right to define are masters of the situation. Lewis Carroll understood this. Quote, when I use the word, Humpty Dumpty said in another rather scornful tone, it means just what I chose for it to mean, neither more nor less. The question is, said Alice, whether you can make words mean so many different things. The question is, said Humpty Dumpty, which is to be mastered. That's all. We're gonna go to page 37. It's gonna be the last page I'm gonna read. Hope y'all getting something out of this, nonetheless. Today, the American educational system continues to reinforce the entrenched values of society through the use of words. Few people in this country question that is, quote, the land of the free and the home of the brave, end quote. They have had these words drummed into them from childhood. I'm gonna say that again. They have had these words drummed into them since childhood. Few people question that this is the great society, quote unquote, or that this country is fighting, quote unquote, communist aggression, end quote, around the world. We mouth these things over and over, and they become truisms not to be questioned. I'm going to say that again. We mouth these things over and over, and they become truisms not to be questioned. In a similar way, black people have been saddled with epithets. Quote, unquote, integration is another current example of a word which has been defined according to the way white Americans see it. To many of them, it means black men wanting to marry white daughters. It means, quote unquote, race mixing, implying bed or dance partners. To black people, it has meant a way to improve their lives, economically and politically. But the predominant white definition has struck in the minds of too many people. To black people must redefine themselves, and only they can do that. I'm gonna say that again. Black people must redefine themselves, and only they can do that. Throughout this country, vast segments of the black communities are beginning to recognize the need to assert their own definitions, to reclaim their history, their culture, to create their own sense of community and togetherness. Now y'all see why I always say together the ant shall conquer the elephant. Black love is care for the black nation, so let's get it. Alright, we're gonna keep going. There is a growing resentment of the word quote-unquote Negro. For example, because this term is the invention of our oppressor, it is his image of us that he describes. Many blacks are now calling themselves African Americans, Afro Americans, black people. That is our image of ourselves. When we begin to define our own image, the stereotypes, that is, the lies that our oppressor has developed, will begin in the white community and in there. So in other words, we're giving that shit right on back. The black community will have a positive image of self that it has created. This means we will no longer call ourselves lazy, apathetic, dumb, good timers, shiftless, etc. Those are words used by white America to define us. If we accept these adjectives, as some of us had in the past, then we will see ourselves only in a negative way, precisely the way white America wants us to see ourselves. I'm gonna stop right there. Again, family, this is coming from this very powerful weapon. You understand? Black power, the politics for liberation. Get it? Now, getting back to the title that I have chosen for today, which is why we say black power. Again, a lot of folks, due to whatever, I guess you could say, whatever prior notions that they have, whether it's an organization they're part of, or religion they're part of, how they just naturally deal in society, if you will, they have a problem just as much, they have a problem with the word black. Long before we even have, well, you already know we have plenty and all kinds of issues with the word African, right? But nonetheless, we have an issue with the word black for whatever reason. I just showed it to you in the text. We've been believing this shit for so long based on the perception and the receptions of other peoples, outside peoples, mainly, i.e. white America. But now it's been basically trickled down to the Asians, the Hispanics, the East Indians, the Arabs, basically anybody that's not you. They see you as what they see you as, and based on the repetition from school, just how it was laid out in the text or whatever, the way we've been learning these certain things, you know what I mean? We've been believing this shit as true, the whole integration shit, yada 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 yada. But at the end of the day, family, we have to keep it G. It's never been to our real benefit. It's never been to our benefit. So with that being said is this. When it comes to this whole black power thing, black nationalism thing, and yes, we say that word black very strong, because at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Blackness is the source of all things. Blackness is the source of all life. Everything comes out of black. In order for the sun, for the world to get lit up every day with the sunlight, that sunlight have to come from darkness. You understand? It has to come from darkness. It's brought from darkness every day. Period. When you come into this world, you're coming into this world through a dark portal. You've been encaged in darkness for 9 months. From the time of your conception, with you and the union between your mother and your father, you understand? You've been embedded for darkness for a 9 to 10 month period. Then you come out into the light. You understand? Everything starts with darkness. Everything goes back to darkness. Blackness, nonetheless. We, black people, and as I say that again, once again, I say that word very strongly, because that's exactly who the hell we are. We are black people. I don't give a damn if you want to call yourself a Moor, a Christian, Muslim, Hebrew, scientist, atheist, this one, that one, whoopty, 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 woo, African American, Negro, all that shit. I don't give a damn what you want to call yourself. At the end of the day, you are a black person. Period. You can't run from it. You can't run from it. Watch this. You know you're black. This is how you know you're black. Because when you got to fill out these forms that we all fill out when we doing these damn job applications and all that stuff together, feed our families until we get our own establishments and all that stuff. What do we put on that application when they ask, what are you? What you put? Black. So stop fronting. At the end of the day, like I said, you can't run from who you are. You are who you are, so we might as well embrace it. Because again, all life comes into this world through blackness. Period. I I did an episode a minute ago, probably about a month ago, I think. I'm not too sure, but go back in the channel. You already know this is RNMRBGTV, and family, you already know we keeps it G. Go back to the channel, and there's a build I did called Blackness is What We Make It. I guess you can say this is like a follow-up part 2, but it is what it is. Why we say Black Power is what I'm calling it. But this is why we say Black Power, because at the end of the day, watch this. It's 2 words, but they're 2 very powerful words, because you already know. Words carry frequency, words carry energy, words carry, you know what I'm saying? Power, meaning, all that good stuff, right? Black, blackness, that's us. It's me, that's you, that's we, right? That's why this is right here in the middle. Right here in the middle, because at the end of the day, it binds both of this. It binds both of this. It binds the blood and the lane. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's in the middle. Power. This is why when I did that other episode I did about a week ago, unity versus uniformity, when we unify around that blackness, right? When we unify around that common core, and also realize that we have a common opposition, which is damn near everybody. You understand? Once we realize that, embrace it, internalize it for what it is, and start living it by way of thought, by way of speech, also by way of steps. Because you already know, what you think you speak, what you speak you walk. You understand? And when you walk, hopefully your ass is trying to multiply that shit around folks, around those that look like you. This is why we say we need to unify off the basis of blackness. Let's put all that other shit to the side, man. I keep telling you this all the time because I say it because they taught me. They taught us all, but at the end of the day, we've come short of applying these teachings. I don't know why. We love to call their names, we love to use their quotes and chant their philosophies, but at the end of the day, we don't apply their message. The message was put the bullshit to the side, apply and unify around the blackness, family. Unify around the fact that you have a common opposition, again, which is everybody. Again, family, hold that thought. I'm gonna show you some more shit. Watch this. You should probably know what test I'm reaching for. I go to it all the time, every so often. Bam, this is why we have this right here. Race first. And once we rally around this right here, just like how everybody does, but us. Again, unify around this. I'm gonna hold it just like that. Bam, there it is, just like that. You see that? You see it like that now? This is the thing that binds us all. You understand? We all have this in common. Period. The blood that runs through your veins goes back to where? You already know. I don't have to say it. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Nah, I ain't gonna say it. Because at the end of the day, we are a global people. Let's keep it clear. But at the end of the day, because that needs to be our central hub, and that central hub needs to be Africa, and you already know that is. Yes. Just like Mr. Garvey said, Africa for the Africans, here, home, and abroad. That's all of us, family. You understand? The world, going back to what Mr. Khaled said, the world is our home, but Africa is our throne from which we rule the world from. Thinking it's not illegal, living black ain't wrong. That's another reason why I say that shit. You know what I mean? Again, we have to unify around the simple fact, family. We are black people. And once we realize that, amongst ourselves, because at the end of the day, we always talk about how much we demand to be recognized amongst the masses of the world. That's not going to happen until your ass, me, us, we, together. You understand? This is why I always say all in together now. You understand? Together the ant shall conquer the elephant. Black love is cure for the black man. All that shit. This is why I say this stuff. Because it means just that. Once we come to that common core, that common collective, that common frequency nonetheless, things will change. And the minute when we do that right here in the West, in America, aka America, 3Ks, don't get it twisted. The minute that we do that right here, again, this is why I said that the sun shall rise in the West. That's us. Again, we fought in every war, so we know how to fight. We just don't know how to do it for ourselves. We've helped in the establishment of all technologies within this country, step by step of the way, decade by decade, day by day, year in year, all that good stuff. We just don't know how to apply it for ourselves. We contribute to the economy like it is nobody's business. We just don't know how to do it for ourselves. We're the most, watch this. We're the most religious, prayed up, and all that good stuff. Spiritual people on this side of the world and in the world thereof. But we just don't know how to do it for ourselves. In other words, going back to our systems, our traditions that worked for us. You understand? We're so caught up in their way of life, their way of living, westernized religions and all that stuff. And you already know that's a mind trap. Just the way the government set it up. The minute we do that, family, and the minute that we realize also, this is really probably the most important thing that I should have said in the beginning. And I'm going to back this up with A powerful document. I throw this out there every so often. National Security Council Memorandum 46. Look it up. It's very important. The minute that we realize and recognize our family back on the continent from which we descend from. You understand? Once we realize that, we have that common bond with them, because at the end of the day, it's keeping 100. They're going through the same hells over there just as much as we going over here. They're blind to our how can I say this? They're blind to our bond just as much as we're blind to their bond. Why? Colonization, propaganda, media, all that shit. They're going through the same stuff. So the minute that we realize, yo, fam, what's up? You too? Yeah, us too. Let's get this shit popping together. The minute we come and realize that, it's going down. You understand? It's going down. But we gotta do it here first, though. We gotta do it here first. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Back home is depending on us. Again, we fought in every war. I'm saying that one. Repeat it. I'm gonna repeat that one again. We fought in every war, so we know how to fight. We know how to defend. We just don't know how to do it for our damn selves. So with that being said, the minute we realize that, yo, we can do this shit for ourselves, self-defense will become a priority. Because of what is rule number 1 when it comes to the law of nature: self-preservation. Self-preservation. This is why Mr. Garvey came to us with the whole concept of race first, the whole concept of self-reliance, self-determination, self-preservation. Which, who followed up right behind him? Mr. Malcolm came behind him. Who came behind Mr. Malcolm? Mr. Khaled. You feel what I'm saying? And all those in between. You know what I mean? It's all the same message. We love to quote this shit. We just don't realize that we can actually live this shit, family. This stuff is real. What we have to do out here in these streets is real deal. What we have to do with our families is real deal. And also when it comes to the whole thing of families, you also have to realize, family, black people all over, you have to realize that the core of any nation, anywhere on any part of this globe, is familyhood. You can't talk nationhood without talking to family. So yes, I'm talking about the union between the black man and the black woman to produce the black child. You understand? All this foo-foo shit gotta be put to death, metaphorically speaking. It gotta be put to rest. I know folks won't hear that word, they gonna go tripped in on, But anyway, nonetheless, that all this homosexual shit, man, transgender shit, all this stuff that American society, Western society is forcing on you, forcing on your children by way of the media, school system, sometimes even the diets even out here, man. You know what I mean? Overall society, they calling this shit alternative lifestyle. Alternative to what? If you're living a certain way, the natural way or whatever, then what the hell is the need for an alternative? Thinking it's not illegal, family, living black ain't wrong, man. So again, we gotta put all this foo-foo shit to rest, man. We need our brothers to link up with our sisters, man, to produce strong babies, man. But before we do that, before they start producing babies, man, you brother, you gotta get in tune with yourself, man. You sister, you gotta get in tune with yourself, man. This is why I always say, again, man, and you can't knock me for saying this shit. Black love is the cure for the black nation, so let's get it. The might of the nation rests within the woman, right? So anything that she is involved in, best believe her people is going to follow. Her nation is going to follow. You don't think I'm lying? You think I'm bullshitting? Look outside right now. You tell me what you see going on. And that's not a diss, that's just reality. The defense of the nation rests within the men. You understand? So in other words, once we get that might back in check, right? Put our woman back on her royal throne where she is, and we protect that royal throne as the warriors and kings that we are, that we say that we are, I should say rather, that we should be, right? Black man, I'm talking to you. You'll be able to defend your nation. You'll be able to defend your might, which is that black woman. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. Ain't no way in hell you're going to be able to do anything without her, bro. And she ain't going to be able to do shit without you. This is why I say, man, togetherness is the key, man. All in together now. I say this shit for a reason, man. I say this shit for a reason. It's not just talk. I live it. I live this shit. Oh, man. Are you catching my drift, though, family? This is why, again, we say black power. When I see people in the street, man, when I greet them, black power, what's going on? You know why? Because I'm trying to get that language circulating back around the minds. Because, again, words carry meaning. Words carry morals if they're applied right. I'm going to say that again. Words carry meaning. Words carry morals if they're applied right. Key word is applied. You have to actually live this shit. You understand? Again, getting back to our relationships, man, we need our brothers and our sisters really to hook up with some genuine shit, man. Genuine love for one another, but you have to have genuine love for yourself. This is why I always give that equation. Take your ass to the bathroom. Stare in the mirror, man. And for how long no matter how long it takes, just stand there, zone out, look at yourself. Get in tune with yourself. Once you get to that golden point, only you know that level, because that's a self-gut check. You already know. That's a gut check. You know what I mean? Once you reach that level, you're gonna feel a certain way. You're gonna have a certain frequency. You're gonna have a certain vibe. You're gonna be like, I gotta go outside. I gotta pass this with somebody. I gotta share this with somebody because they touched you that deeply. You understand? So again, this is why I say black love is care for the black nation. And also, family, what's gonna pass on us from time to time, and generation to generation, right? Is our youth. This is why I also say, man, the legacy of the nation rests within the youth. When a black man and a black woman are in togetherness, proper black love, right? By one, getting in tune with themselves. By two, training each other mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all that good stuff, right? Because, yeah, you got to train each other. There's warfare out here. You have to train each other. You have to keep each other on check. This is what I call an RBG check. You got to check each other sometimes. You understand? You're going to want to produce that child. You're going to want to produce that baby. You're going to want to multiply yourself nonetheless, right? You're going to want to multiply yourself. So this is where the children come in play. But when they get here, don't do them wrong. Don't do them wrong. And what I mean by don't do them wrong is don't have them looking up to you on some, yo, why the hell am I here? Basically. You feel what I'm saying? In a nutshell. You need to teach these children everything they need to know to survive. Everything they need to know to pass themselves on. Shit is real out here, man. That's all I can say. Shit is real out here. You understand? We gotta pass this type of wave on, man. It's only for your benefit. It's only for the benefit of your people. After all in all, man, how many times do we love to say we've been here since the beginning and yada 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 yada, and we're gonna be here to the end? Well, the only way you're gonna be here to the end and beyond, I should say, is if you make it happen by your terms, your definitions, for you and yours, by you. You feel me? Hold on. Is it upside down? Hold on. There we go. My fault. You get it? Do you get it? Meaning. But you gotta apply it though. In order for the meaning to take effect. In order for the meaning to manifest in reality. This is why we say black power, man. Again, I don't care what you coming, what background you're coming from, where you know what I'm saying, as far as your organizations, your religious beliefs, and all that stuff is irrelevant. When it's dealing with what we dealing with right now, that shit is irrelevant. Let's keep it 100. That shit is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, we're not getting gunned down. We're not getting falsely in prison for long terms. We're not doing all that stuff. We're not getting that shit to us based on our religious beliefs. And because at the end of the day, a belief is a belief. That's your personal shit. We're not getting that because any of our personal things. That's irrelevant. We're getting it because they see the collective potential. You feel what I'm saying? They see the collective potential once we realize who and what the hell we are, and then we live by it. So again, this is why we say black power, man. And you can't fault us for saying it. Questions, comments, concerns? Please get at me. We need to have this conversation, man. This is very important, man. This is very important, man. Again, it's up to you, for you, by you, man. Why the hell would you run from that shit, man? Clean this up, man. Thinking it's not illegal. Living black ain't wrong, man. But in the meantime, between time, I thank you once again, man, for tuning in to RNMRBG TV family. Once again, you know we keeps it G. Raw and uncut, common sense for the common people. Dealing with the common issue, seeking common solutions. You understand? Again, family, black love is care for the black nation. So let's get it. Uncle Johnson there, Tuapo on Black Power, man. Yahoo Sasson. That's freedom now. Yahoo Sasson. Freedom now. Let's get it.